Hey YouTube, welcome back to the shop. I've got a video here, long awaited I think. I know quite a few people in the Bronco group have been waiting for me to get this video done. We ran into some snags, didn't go as smoothly as I had hoped, but this will be the video for the budget disc brake conversion. So you can see I got it all stripped right now. I was just, I test fit everything, and then I went ahead and painted all of my hubs and all the hardware and everything like that. It's all painted up. I'll go ahead and get the time lapse set up, and I'll get one side all assembled, and then I can show you guys what it looks like finished, and I'll give you guys a breakdown of what I used for this conversion and what it cost in the end.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind.
Okay, that gives you guys a little bit of an idea of what we got going on. So I've got one assembled. I'll go ahead and do the other one off camera. I don't think you guys need to see how I'm putting it together, especially when it's on a time lapse. But we got this all clean. I got the backside bearing assembled. Can't assemble the other side, obviously, until the spindle is on there, so that'll be our next step. Just wanted to share a little, I could call it a life hack or garage hack if you'd like. So, old newspaper. My benches are never exactly what I would call clean, so old newspaper provides a perfect substrate to work off of. Pretty good at absorbing, you know, brake clean and oil and stuff like that too. Try to keep some of the surface clean. And the other hack I have, so what I had in here was just diesel fuel. It doesn't get any cheaper than diesel fuel as far as parts cleaner goes. There was maybe half a liter diesel fuel in there, which around here it's about 75 cents worth of diesel fuel. Maybe a full liter, so you got $1.50 worth of diesel fuel in there. Let it soak. It does an awesome job at breaking down grease and grime and dirt. And then I just wiped everything off, blew it off with a blowgun, and I mean, you can see all this stuff came out perfect. It's a lot cheaper than you know, $7 can of brake clean or I have one of those Walter parts washers, and it uses like the biologic stuff, which works great, but it's super expensive and it evaporates, so I don't use it a ton. I'm actually looking for an alternative. If any of you guys have any ideas of a more affordable alternative, that stuff's like 150 bucks for a 5-gallon pail. So anything you guys think of, let me know. So I'll get this all set up on a time lapse again, and we'll get everything assembled on the spindle there. So stick around.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
All right, so that wraps up the long-awaited budget disc brake conversion. So the reason this video took a little longer for me to put it out is I originally started off making my own caliper brackets, and they weren't turning out the way I wanted. Wasn't happy with them, and I ended up ordering a set from D&C Extreme. If you can source a set used off of a K5 or a K10 Chevy from like the 70s and 80s, you save yourself a bunch of money. I could not find any locally, so I just ended up ordering a set. So this is what we end up with. So these are rotors from a 78 Bronco, wheel studs from a 78 Bronco. This is the Caliper Bracket from D&C Extreme. And then this is the caliper, brake pads, and flex line from I think I ordered them for an 85 K5 Blazer. So, but any one of the square body Chevy 4-wheel drive half-ton will work. So I went ahead and I put together the passenger side off camera, so it's all assembled as well. So one thing to note, and I don't know if you can see it here, so I mounted the caliper bracket behind the spindle, and that gave me a little bit more clearance in here, clearance for the brake pads. You could maybe get away with putting it on the outside like it would have been on the K10 Chevys, but you would have to find a rotor with a shorter hat in here, about 3/8 of an inch shorter, to kick this over. I could not find one, and I wanted to try to use as many OEM parts as I could. So all I had to do was bore out the center of that bracket in order for it to fit on the opposite side of the spindle nose. You could do it with just a carbide burr. I didn't have to take off a lot of material. It was about 1/8 of an inch I had to take out for it to fit on there. And then the other thing to keep in mind is that down in this area here, get my camera. So down in here, you're gonna have to grind it a little bit in order to get it to clear your caliper. So you can see down here, you gotta grind it in here. And actually I'm looking, I didn't grind it quite enough. It looks like it's still touching on the passenger side. There we go. So the driver's side is good, it's not touching. I'm gonna have to take that back off and grind it just a little bit more. From what I can tell, all the kits, you have to grind that. I think even the James Duff one, any of them that use the Chevy caliper, you have to grind the knuckle a little bit. Unless you're gonna get a set of knuckles from a Chevy truck, that's your only option, is to grind your knuckle slightly. And it's not a lot. You gotta grind like maybe 1/8 of an inch off of that one spot. They're still plenty thick. So I got a little note that I wrote down here. So for the total cost for all this, and I'll put it up on the screen, I'll put it right here. So D&C Extreme, they were $70 for each caliper bracket. From Rock Auto, we were $27.80, so 28 bucks for each rotor. Wheel studs were $1.10 a piece, and those were for a 78 Bronco that I ordered them. And then the next pieces were for a 85 K5 Blazer. So they were $31.92 for each caliper, $10.85 for the brake pads, and the flex hoses were 12 bucks a piece. So I'll put all the part numbers and the prices that I used down in the description. But total, I came out to $305. So that's roughly half what any of the kits are available that I could find. I think the cheapest one I saw was CJ Pony Parts. They're $4.99, so still 200 bucks less than them. Oh, something else I forgot to mention. You do have to machine, if you want to use the stock drum spindle, you're gonna have to machine this a little bit. So I had to machine it here for clearance on the wheels. And you got to machine a little bit on the back side. I got a time lapse of it. But you got to machine a little bit on the back side because there's a radius that will interfere with your rotor getting seated on there. And that's because your stock spindle, the drum, would have mounted to this face instead of behind your knuckle. So hopefully you guys found this video informative. If anybody has any questions or anything I might have missed in how I did this conversion, just throw a comment and I'll answer all your questions through there. Again, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button and like for more. Thanks.